Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You are knowing what you are wanting. It moves about a bit, doesn't it? You know that you are a focusing being, that you create through focus. Do you know that? Are you able to understand the important difference between the manifestations that you see around you and what your real creation is? Not so much. Because for most, it seems like what you are creating is the stuff around you. You want to create jobs, you want to create relationships, you want to create money, you want to create money, you want to create cars and money. You want to create that tangible evidence of life. And we get that. That's why we call this the leading edge. This manifestational evidence is manifestational evidence of your creative prowess. It's really a wonderful thing. But when the manifestation is what you're shooting for, when something that you want hasn't manifested, and so you are so aware of its absence that you are uncomfortable, now you've taken your understanding of creation and your understanding of manifestation in the wrong direction, because the manifestation is evidence of alignment, but you got to figure out how to achieve alignment regardless of manifestation. In other words, you've got to take the manifestation out of the equation for a little while, because when you're disappointed that something isn't happening as fast as you want it, or when you're disappointed that somebody else is getting something that you want and you're not getting it yet, that disappointment is your emotional guidance letting you know that your vibration is more about the absence of what you want than about the presence of what you want, so it can't come. You've got yourself in a holding pattern, you see. So when we ask you if you know the difference between creating in terms of manifestation and creating in terms of vibrational alignment, it's really a big question, because when you are creating in terms of vibrational alignment, you're creating for the emotion. Now, a lot of people, especially if they're just hearing us for the first time, would roll their eyes at such a comment and say, oh, we get it. You just want us to be happy anyway. You just want us to be happy anyway, and never mind that we're not getting what we want. Just make the best of it, even in hard times or in the absence of things wanted. And we say, yes, that's exactly what we want. But there is a payoff for you if you can care about how you feel. But even the fact that you know there's a payoff puts it in the squirrely direction all over again. In other words, everything that you want, whether it's a material object or a relationship or a better job or more money or whatever it is, every single thing that you or anyone has ever wanted or will ever want, you want it because you believe you will feel better in the having of it, in the being of it, in the experiencing of it. It's for the feeling better. 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 So if we can convince you that there is a way to feel better before the manifestation, now the manifestations can flow easily. And many of you know that because you already have so many things going your way that you are mostly focused on the things that are going your way. And haven't you noticed that the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets? And that's why. But if you feel better because you're looking at stuff and there's that one important thing that hasn't come, if you're like most humans, you're fixated on that an inordinate amount of time, and you're slowing down the progress of your ability to create. And that's really what we're here to help you sort out a little bit here today. The best example that we have of what we just said to you was a woman in Philadelphia many years ago. And she said, Abraham, I have arthritis in my hips. I'm in pain all the time. How can I think positive thoughts when I feel bad? And we said, because you can feel pain and hope, or you can feel pain and fear, because the emotion doesn't have to follow the physical manifestation. If you can separate disappointment from not enough money, your state of being is not enough money, but your feeling isn't fear or disappointment. Your feeling is anticipation or hope. The money's a coming. But if you let what is dictate how you feel, if you're beating the drum of it, trying to get sympathy from others about it, talking about it, worrying about it, obsessed with it, stewing over it, whatever you're focused upon is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you take your attention from it. You have to find a way of separating the reality, the manifestational reality, from the emotion. Now, why does that work? Why is there power in that? Because everything that is created has a vibrational beginning. So when you know what you don't want, you launch rockets about what you do want, and those rockets of desire that are proportionate to the power of your knowing what you don't want, in other words, to the degree that you don't want something, to the same opposite degree you do want something. If you sort of want it, if you sort of don't want it, you sort of want it. If you sort of want it, you sort of don't want it. If you really don't want it, you really want it. In other words, life causes you to focus your vibration into stronger and stronger waves. So when you really want something, that rocket goes into what we are calling your vortex. It's this holding pattern. It's this vibrational place where the larger part of you, the part of you that existed before you came into this physical body, the part of you that still remains in that non-physical precisely focused perspective, that non-physical part of you remains in that vortex and holds steady to the furthermost desire that you have carved out of all that you have lived. It's like a placeholder. It's like the furthest, most leading edge placeholder, vibrational placeholder of that which you have become, that which you have become, that which the larger part of you has become, therefore that which you have vibrationally become, but that which you have yet to manifestationally become. You get it? That which you have yet to manifestationally become. Now the gap between vibrationally becoming it and manifestationally becoming it, that gap has only to do with how long it takes you to get happy in the absence of the manifestation. In other words, if you can follow the joy, in optimism you'll go fast. In pessimism you'll go slowly. In fear you don't move at all. In anger you slow yourself way, 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 way down. In optimism, faster. In hopefulness, pretty fast. In believing, so very fast. In knowing, you're right there, you're right there, you're right there, you're right there, you're right there.